Right, this is two pieces at once. There are a pair of minuets, Menuets Magdalena notebook, Associated Board Edition, by Petzold. So the first one is in G major, the second one is in G minor. A couple of things first about the running orders. These are meant to be played as a pair. And like in the same way that a minuet and trio, you go back to the minuet afterwards. The two minuets, you play minuet 1, minuet 2, and then back to minuet 1. Now, the repeats, ideally, I mean, you would play all the repeats in minuet 1, all the repeats in minuet 2, but when you go back to minuet 1, you only play it all the way through, no repeats. And the attacker at the end of minuet 2 means go straight into minuet. Sorry. The attacker at the end of minuet 1 means go straight into minuet 2, so there's no gap between the two. Right, I'll play them all together as a pair at the end so you can see how they work as a pair. So we'll do them individually first. Right, I'll go through minuet in G first, and I'll go through all the ornamentation as we go, as well as the articulation. So there's a couple of things you can do with that very first bar, all in one, or I tend to prefer that. As always, make sure that you can play the music in its plainest form without the ornamentation. Okay, so let's start looking at the ornamentation. So in the third bar we've got a mordant. The next one I've got another mordant. Now there's two ways of doing this. You can either do it as a quaver and then the rest of the dotted minim, or you can make that quaver a crotchet. I tend to prefer the crotchet version. I think it accentuates that that beautiful suspension. It makes it just last a little bit longer on the sort of crunch, which would make it resolve on the left hand. So this next bit is much brighter. It's gone up higher, so it should sound a little bit louder, much brighter, much more cleaner. Lovely crescendo through there. This is a mordant in the other direction. The first two have got first four have got the line through the middle, which means it's a lower mordant. This one hasn't got the line through, so it's a normal mordant, an upper mordant, and it's going to go up. Right, left hand. So again, make sure this is nicely separated. Nothing much to go through here, to be honest. Just keep it nice and separated. Minute, so hold it, then you hold the E, so it should almost sound like you're holding the pedal down. Then again, it's held. Now I did a little rip there, which is more force of habit than anything else, because I wasn't thinking about going into the next one. But if you're going straight into the next minuet, you absolutely mustn't slow down there. However, because I was kind of thinking that I was only playing that one, I did put a little rit on the end. The same thing if you're doing the repeats. Definitely don't rit at the end. If you do, it gives the impression that the piece is finishing. So you have to keep that drive going. Right, so let's have a look at the Menuet in G minor. So again, we'll go through, have a look at little bits of articulation and all the ornaments. So you've got a mordant here, starting on the B flat, going down to the A, and it'll do that twice. So at speed. Coming off the A, up to the B flat and back again. Going down. Crescendo. And again, this one. Through. I am going to make the odd mistake, so don't take too much notice of odd wrong notes here or slight problems with fingering or stuff. So I'm going to do the Menuet in G with repeats, the Menuet in G minor with repeats, and the Menuet in G without repeats.